Hola, buenas tardes y bienvenidos de nuevo al canal de YouTube de la Escuela de Informática de la UPV. Con la charla de hoy continuamos un poco la programación de este curso, donde tenemos colaboraciones con empresas e intentamos que las empresas vengan a la escuela y nos compartan en cierta manera su conocimiento y experiencia. En esta ocasión empezamos una colaboración con una empresa multinacional que tiene una participación y una colaboración extensa con nuestra escuela. Dentro de esta colaboración, el año pasado, marcamos una serie de charlas para el segundo cuatrimestre con nuestra empresa Explore Group y al final, por el tema de la pandemia, tuvimos que suspenderla. Pero este año nos hemos animado a relanzarlo con el formato online. Esta charla que vamos a hablar hoy, que vamos a programar hoy, tiene que ver con infraestructura con Amazon, AWS, y va a ser impartida por Ben Leinen y Joris de Gluo, Joris Jammers, que son ingenieros en DevOps de una empresa que forma parte, en cierta manera, de Explore. Y el resto de charlas, os comento ya, lo hemos anunciado, pero os invito a que os apuntéis y que lo programéis porque tiene muy buena pinta. El 11 de marzo tendremos una charla de seguridad, de ciberseguridad, y el 22 de abril, en este caso por la tarde, de diseño de experiencia de usuario para diseño de aplicaciones. El 22 de abril por la tarde. Os invito a uniros a estas charlas porque Explore es una empresa con amplia experiencia que está a la vanguardia en tecnológica, con lo cual es un placer recibirlos en esta escuela y que compartan su conocimiento. Y nada, agradecer de nuevo a la empresa por su facilidad y por su amabilidad que tuvo el año pasado y paciencia. Después de organizar todo el ciclo de charlas tuvimos que suspenderlo y la verdad que fue de agradecer su paciencia y su comprensión. Y también por facilitarnos otra vez a poner en marcha este programa de charlas técnicas en formato online. Han aceptado y la verdad es que estamos encantados de recibirlos. Si os parece bien, damos paso a Alfredo de Explore, que nos comente un poco.
Buenas, ¿qué tal? Pues nada, la verdad es que estoy nervioso hoy porque yo fui alumno de la UPV y para mí es un placer volver a mi escuela donde me formé y tuve tan buenas experiencias. La verdad es que fue genial. Me acuerdo de esos almuerzos en la Bella con la cervecita, las bravas, el bocata de bacon con patatas, esa paella, esas fiestas de nuestra patrona Santa Tecla, mi viaje de Erasmus a Dinamarca, el estrés de los exámenes, esos maratones de estudios en la casa del alumno. Pero sobre todo agradezco el paso por la universidad porque realmente creo que hizo de mí el profesional que soy hoy en día. Realmente aprendí las bases de todo y eso es lo que me hace a día de hoy aprender mucho más rápido, ser bueno en mi trabajo y sobre todo me llevé los grandes compañeros con los que compartí cursos y clases que al final han sido mis mejores amigos en mi vida y profesionales con los que comparto cada día cosas con ellos, la verdad. Nada, simplemente hará unos 3 años tuve la oportunidad de unirme a Explore Group. Es una empresa belga, mentalidad europea, nuevas tecnologías. Aunque somos muy grandes, sobre unos 800, tenemos mentalidad startup, por lo que la compañía se forma de pequeñas empresas que se dedican a una tecnología especial. AWS, hacemos Big Data, Machine Learning, desarrollo con Java, microservicios, un montón de cosas. Y nada, lo importante de hoy no es decir quién somos, cuánto facturamos, en qué países estamos, que tenemos gran éxito entre nuestros clientes, sino lo importante de hoy es que veáis pequeñas cositas de tecnología, que descubráis esa pasión que llevamos todos dentro, que nos hace levantarnos por la mañana con mucha ilusión y mucha energía y saber que esta profesión, yo estoy muy contento de haber hecho informática. Al principio parece todo muy difícil, no sabes dónde voy a ir, qué voy a hacer qué cosas descubriré, pero nada, tranquilos, que con pasión y trabajo, por supuesto, no os voy a engañar, se llega muy lejos y se disfruta un montón. Entonces, contaros que principalmente lo que tenéis que buscar es vuestra pasión y tenéis que ir a alguna compañía o empresa, sea Explore Group o no, que realmente os ayude a mejorar profesionalmente. Eso es lo más importante en estos primeros años de vuestra etapa profesional. Y comentaros que tiene que ser una empresa no demasiadamente grande, sino que sean pequeñas, más bien pequeñas empresitas en las que podáis hacer de todo con respecto a esas tecnologías y realmente descubrir esos momentos que son los que te llenan, que lo que hace que realmente sientas curiosidad por muchas más cosas y te introduzca en este mundo de la informática. Nada, hoy lo que tenemos es un workshop con una de las compañías que está dentro de Explore Group, que se llama Gluo, y se dedica exclusivamente al tema de DevOps, que es ayudar a, digamos, a los procesos de desarrollo a desarrollar código de una manera más rápida, deployarlo más rápido en preproducción y producción para hacer los ciclos de vida del software mucho más rápido. Así que os dejo con mis compañeros belgas que hablan en inglés y son Joris y Ben.
Hi, I'm Joris, so my Spanish is not as fluent as Alfredo's, so I'm going to do it in English. So to start our presentation, we're going to give you guys an Infrastructure 2.0 workshop. You're going to be, I'm going to talk about what this is, how we're going to do this, and so on. So as Alfredo already said, we are from Gluo. We are a DevOps company in the Explore group. So we are actually from Belgium. We also have offices over here, I think 3 or 4 locations, and then the one in Valencia. So first of all, I'm going to give Ben a little time to talk about himself. Ben? Hello, Ben.
Right, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
First technical difficulty is overcome. Okay, my name is Ben Leijnen, from Belgium, obviously. Got my degree in IT in 2017, and also started working for Gluo in 2017 after my internship with another company at Kronos. Yeah, I was mainly interested in automation, Linux, servers, configuration, provisioning, DevOps, infrastructure as code. And then I was able to create this workshop at Gluo, and now we're giving it to you. And it's been successful so far, so I hope you enjoy it.
All right, Ben, thank you. So I'm Joris, as already known. I was also very passionate about Linux and automation when I graduated at Beekveld University College in Belgium. I started working at Gluo, I think, around 2018. So yeah, as I said, I'm mainly doing automation. I work a lot with Kubernetes. So the technologies we use daily, and I still enjoy it a lot, so I'm very happy at the moment. So where do we work? A little bit a backstory about Gluo, Explore Group, and Kronos. Alfredo covered this also a bit, I think, from what I've heard in Spanish. So we work at Gluo. Gluo is a small company with a startup mentality inside of the Explore Group. So as Explore Group, we mainly focus on web shops and whatsoever. We go to a client and we tell them, like, we can give you or provide you this, and all our companies do their own little part in the chain of development and deploying and delivery. An Explorer group is a group inside of Kronos. So Kronos is basically the mother company of our Explorer group, and it's also located in Belgium. I think our central office is in Contig, and we work in Hasselt, for example. So that's one of our offices in Belgium.
Well, currently we work from home. So
yeah, but currently we work from home, indeed, because of the COVID pandemic. So what do we do at work? So we do a lot of fun activities, but this is not what we do each day, every day, week in, week out. This is just to show you that we can work hard, but also play hard. So what do we really do at work? So we do especially Linux open source. So this means that we will touch everything that is kind of open source. We do automation, configuration management. We work a lot in the cloud. So this is also why we give this workshop. It's a cloud workshop. We do container orchestration, for example, Kubernetes, what I already said a few slides ago. And we also do research and development. So we get a lot of time to figure out the new tools on the market, try to implement them in our daily setups, check if it's better or not, and whatsoever. So mainly we are DevOps. So we're the bridge between development and operations. So in previous times, development created a monolithic app and threw it over the wall to the operation guys. And operations was like, yeah, what are we going to do with this? This has to be deployed, but we don't know how it's done or whatsoever. So we do, what we do is the bridge between development and operations. So we create a process for this to be wait a second. So to automate the process from development to operations, to make it as easy as possible. We have a couple of tools that we use. We use Google Cloud Platform, Apache, Red Hat, Logstash for logging, Amazon Web Services, Docker. This is just a tiny grabs of everything we do at work. To go over infrastructure 1.0 now. So this was basically, if we would be on-premise, a little bit of interaction between you and us, but yeah, that's not really possible right now. So we just go over quickly the infrastructure components that we know traditionally. So traditionally, we have, of course, storage, so disks, tapes, servers, server racks, whatever. We have the network cabling, so all the cables that are necessary to make the network work and provide a connection to data centers and whatsoever. We have the compute parts, so processors and those kind of things. We also need buildings to put our data centers in. So this is a big part of the infrastructure 1.0. So infrastructure 2.0, where we're at now, is a lot less costly. So what you have to do at infrastructure 2.0, basically, it's what we do is we create infrastructure as code. So a lot of time we're checking and waiting on what our code is doing, what gets spun up with the code. A big advantage of this to invent the lightning. We can build upon the big providers like Amazon, Google, Azure from Microsoft. So yeah, that's easier than the 1.0. So as I said, we can tap our electricity, to say it in regular terms. We can tap our electricity from a bigger vendor or whatsoever. We can also do cloud automatization. So as I said, with infrastructure as code, we write some code, and in the end, some infrastructure will be delivered from the code, all automatically without our interference or whatsoever. As being the bridge between development and operations, like I said before, we will be able to, from your laptop, your code gets pushed to GitHub. For example, a CI tool will go in between the GitHub and the operations. That's for our example here is Jenkins. So this will automate the deploy to, for example, GCP, the Google Cloud Platform. It's all being done automatically. You don't have to interfere with or do stuff to get this done. Another good thing about Infrastructure 2.0 is scaling. So, for example, we're going to use Netflix as an example. If Netflix has, for example, one series that is being watched a lot, they can scale the infrastructure where that supports that series, for example, and then we can upscale to a lot of more containers in our example that is necessary to provide a good connection put through fast delivery to clients whatsoever. When actually nobody or less people are watching the series, we can also downscale, and all infrastructure that was created for the upscaling will be deleted, and we don't have to pay anymore for the infrastructure to make it work. So this is also an advantage from Infrastructure 2.0. We don't have an upfront cost. We only pay for what we use. So as I said, in Infrastructure 1.0, we will have to pay for buildings, cables, servers, server racks. We all have to pay upfront costs for that. But we don't do this anymore in 2.0 because we only pay, for example, for EC2 instances if we are using them. If they get deleted, we don't have to pay for them anymore. So that's a big advantage for the cloud. So as I said, innovation, we can build on top of giants. We don't have to spend time on the core components anymore. That's already been done by Amazon, by Google Cloud, by Azure, as I already said. We can spend more time in innovating, creating new things, creating exciting things. Like literally fresh, new, cool things. We'll now quickly go over the workshop. So this was our presentation about Infrastructure 1.0 and 2.0 and the differences. I'm going to give the word to Ben again, talk a little bit about how our workshop is going to be and what you guys can expect from the following hour or hour and a half. Okay, Ben?
Yep. So this workshop is all about why Infrastructure 2.0, why use infrastructure as code, why use scripts, why automate things, and why use the public cloud. And to show you why Infrastructure 2.0, we created this workshop where we both show Infrastructure 1.0 and then gradually evolve from a manual and small state to a very scalable state and an automated and as code state. So we're going to do this on AWS. For no particular reason, this workshop was created on AWS just because. We could have just as easily done this on GCP, on Google Cloud, or on Azure, or any other public cloud, I think. Glue is mostly a Linux company, so we use Linux exclusively. And then for a sample application, which we use to, this could be any application as well, but in this workshop, it's a meme generator. But the application is just to show that something is online and that we can use it. And a meme generator needs storage. It needs some a database to connect to, and it was really a small application, which is useful to explore a lot of services in the cloud. And so, as I said, we start small and grow, and we start manual and automate along the way. So some ground rules for the workshop. You will all be assigned an ID. I got your names. I assigned an ID to them, and I'll probably have to post them in the YouTube chat. I hope everyone's okay with that. it's not ideal, but yeah, it's the first time we use StreamYard and YouTube. So, but you should always use this this team ID when you're creating resources. I'll be sending you a GitHub link, which you can follow a lot of READMEs, and it'll be self-explanatory and pretty easy to do. So yeah, always you'll be assigned a team ID, and you should always use the ID, or a student ID, we should call it, because yeah. We're doing it on a shared account, so you should be very careful. Like, you can log in and you can see the resources of another student, which you can also delete, but which you shouldn't. So you should always be careful about when you delete things, and do not delete things of your fellow students. And then, yeah, just pay attention to the details. Messing up one tiny thing can stop you from progressing in the workshop, and we'll be, helping you via the YouTube chat. If you have questions, just post there. I think that's the best way to do it. I can't switch tabs anymore for some reason. And we'll see those comments, and we can help you further if you have any questions.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so excellent, Ben. So it's a pity that we need to conclude the online collaboration, because I think we have working on this almost 2 hours. It has been really a pleasure to have you here in our school.
Thank you.
Online. I think we have learned a lot about this, how to use this kind of infrastructure. I remind to the students and people that are following the workshop that the resources are going to be available until 8, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can continue online working on that, but please before 8, because after that we will close the resources. And I don't know if someone want to mention anything else, or give thanks, or just use these comments on YouTube. In any case, you have this, I think, information about how to reach you by email, Ben or Joris, in the GitHub.
Oh yeah, you can just send us an email, or go to our site on gluo.be/contact, and there will be an email address there. It's info@gluo.be.
Okay, perfect. So thanks again, Joris and Ben. And
thank you for having us.
I hope the students had a great time and learned something.
Yeah, and I hope to repeat this soon in class, where the experience is much better. Probably next year. Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
So thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.